Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you my whole entire collection. So I usually do this once a year and I've got, I think there's 230/40 fragrances. So I'm going to get right into this and I may make it into two parts just so that it's more digestible. We'll see. Before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. It would be great to have you part of the community, and let's get into this. The first fragrance that I want to share with you is kind of a special fragrance. I just received it, and so I wanted to share, and it's actually a fragrance oil by Melig Perfumes. His packaging is like this little wood box that has his logo burnt right into it. He does kind of all the work himself. He's an indie artist, and what I really appreciate about him is that he really is into artisanal fragrances, small batch. He wants to create things that remind him of things that he admires in life. And this fragrance called Guillaume is one of those things. Matthew Melig spent a lot of time in Kyoto, Japan, and he also really enjoyed the appreciation that the Japanese have for artisanal, artisanal items and craftsmanship like that. The fact that they appreciate that, he really appreciates it, and he, I think, gained an even greater appreciation because of living there for, I think it was 10 years. So he especially admired the whole geisha community, where these women will train their whole entire lives, have a single-minded focus on entertainment. They learn how to dance, sing, they're into poetry, calligraphy, the art of bonsai, fashion, cosmetics, entertainment, dance. And it all occurs at these tea houses that you can go, and they put on a huge show. But they're very demure and proper, and just the whole lifestyle and devoting yourself to your art that really has inspired Matthew Melig, and it inspired him to create this in honor of the geisha. Now, this is a perfume oil. It's 15 mils, $170. It's 25% pure oil, so a quarter of the 15 mils is full-on perfume oil. The prominent note is rose oil. That said, it also has sandalwood, orris butter, patchouli, pine, and ambergris. What I get for sure is the rose. I get that orris butter, very smooth composition, and I also get a lot of that sandalwood. And the sandalwood isn't like a pencil shaving sandalwood. It's more a little bit almost mineral-y. Maybe it's the ambergris that's coming out too. It's very, very natural smelling sandalwood. Slightly green. I think it's gorgeous. So this is a beautiful oil. If you're into oils, this one is lovely. This would be great for layering as well, or just enjoying on your own. So I wanted to mention that right off the bat. Tell me if you've tried anything from Melig Perfumes, because I think that they're really quite unique, and I just love the take that he has and the fact that he's wanting to honor people that really, really enjoy their art and spend their life really honing it. I think that's really cool. He's gifted some of these and some other oils he's working on to the monks in Japan and also the geisha houses, and they were nice enough to accept the gifts. So they're very proper and don't always accept things. So he felt very honored that they would even take them. So I just think it's really cool. I love the fact that he's kind of into that kind of thing. So if you are, you might want to check this one out. And I'll have that one linked down below because it's new. I wanted to share it with you. I'll talk about it again later. The rest of them I'm not going to link because it would be insane in the description. Moving on. First fragrance I have is Flower Bomb Midnight by Viktor and Rolf. This one has a note of pomegranate. It's kind of a sensual pomegranate floral. Olympia Aqua Legere. This one's got quite a lot of salt. I like this one better than the original Olympia. You get that salt, but you also get some ginger. There's, I think, a little bit of orange blossom in here, maybe some orange. This one's a great easy reach. Next is Dolce Amalfi by the Casmerati line of Xerjoff. This one kind of smells like juicy fruit gum. It's so good. It's a gourmand that you can definitely wear in the spring and summer as well as the fall and winter. Like, it's all year round. Sophia by Sofia Vergara. It's like a girly version a black currant version of like a Coco Mademoiselle vibe. So classy, but still kind of juicy and flirty. Angel Nova by Mugler. This is a raspberry rose lychee combo. Not sure I'm a fan. It's just kind of harsh for me. Lust by Lush. This is a very floral jasmine, like it smells straight up jasmine. I kind of like it, but it is very, very, very jasmine heavy. Next is Hane Mori by Hane Mori. This is supposed to be similar to M. Mikolev's Ylang and Gold. It's not quite the same, but it's kind of a creamy, a little bit of a creamy coconut, vanilla vibe. It's quite sweet. It's an interesting fragrance. It's really quite nice, but quite synthetic. Scandal à Paris by Jean-Paul Gaultier, one of my favorite of the Scandal line. Love the pear note in here. Love the honey. It's flirty. It's awesome. Sultan Noir by Pascal Morabito. This is like a very kind of leather vanilla, spicy, incensey vanilla. Al Haramain's Amber Oud Gold. This one is a Yerba Pura dupe. I'm not really a huge fan of Yerba Pura, but I do enjoy it. Like I've worn quite a lot of it. So Scandal by Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is just a beautiful raspberry happy flirty fragrance. Love it. Dolce Garden by Dolce & Gabbana. This, oh, it's such a beautiful fragrance. This is amazing in the summer and spring. Like I can't wait to start wearing this one. Smells coconutty, nectary, deliciousness, quite floral. I just really enjoy this one. Amethyst by Lalique. This is a green wild berry fragrance. So just think of berries, stems, leaves, all mixed in kind of a tea, like so in water. It's kind of green, kind of fresh, but really enjoyable. It's like an elf princess fragrance. This is actually getting me really excited for spring and summer fragrances. Ah! So this is Love is Love by Dolce & Gabbana. Love this one. It's got some raspberry, a little bit of ice cream, some lemon. Love it. Amouage Sunshine Woman. Look at that bottle. Look at it. Anyway, this fragrance, kind of complex, has some almond in it, osmanthus. I just smell this and I instantly am like, why do I not wear this all the time? Such a gorgeous fragrance. Dolce & Gabbana's The Only One. This has apple, coconut. Oh, it's delicious. It actually reminds me a lot of Rouge Malachite. So if you like Rouge Malachite, you'll probably like this one, except this one's way more affordable. This is Sugarling by Vincent Dreamhouse. He is an indie artist. Lots of people just really love his fragrances. This is kind of a peachy, sweet fragrance. Jardin de Misfa by Une Nuit Nomade. This fragrance is a date-centric fragrance, kind of light and airy. Oh, it's beautiful. It smells like warm sun, sweet deliciousness. Love at First Sight by Une Nuit Nomade. This one is a beautiful lilac passion fruit fragrance. I think it's so unique and just absolutely, it's just stellar. Lancôme La Vie est Belle L'Éclat. This is primarily orange blossom with a hit of kind of bergamot juiciness in the opening. Floral Streets Wonderland Peony. This is a delicious kind of peony fragrance, sweet cotton candy, raspberry with a hint of vetiver in there. Love it. Flirty, fun, happy, can't go wrong with it. Terracotta by Guerlain. This one, a lot of times you can get it on FragranceNet now. So for those of you that have lived in the States that really want this, you can usually get it on FragranceNet. In Canada, it's readily available. Same thing in Europe. This is my favorite summer fragrance. It's classy and relaxing, and it just gives me all sorts of feels. Love it. I'm thinking that I should have put these in order of houses. I'm just randomly throwing these out here to you guys. I hope you don't mind. Next one is the Chronic Rouge Extreme. This is like a sweet kind of strawberry berry fragrance, really juicy, slightly powdery, really fun. And Symposium by Teodoro Calatini. This is a very complex amber fragrance. It's actually beautiful, but it's a little bit masculine to me. So I think most people would find it unisex. I find it a little bit masculine. Pure Musk for Her by Narciso Rodriguez. This is kind of just a real straight up clean floral musk. It's hit and miss for me. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I just hate it. Coco alla Vaniglia by Kais Perfumes. This smells like a real meaty like fresh ground coconut. Very good, but quite rich. La Nuit Trésor Nude by Lancôme. This is probably my favorite. I love this one. It smells like vanilla coconut peach. Love it. Versace Crystal Noir. I've actually been looking for this for a while. This one is like considered sexy to a lot of people. Not sure how I feel about it. I want to try it now because it's been a while. For the longest time, I found it quite masculine, but lots of people just love this one. Florence by Swiss Arabian. It smells like a mixture of beer and Roses Vanille, which Roses Vanille sometimes smells like beer. So it does have a beer vibe to it, but I kind of like it. Valentino's Donna Born in Roma. I never wear this fragrance. I need to just get rid of it, although I keep on saving it because I may just fall in love with it. You know, when you're never sure. So I don't want to get rid of it, but tell me, do you like this one? Don't you like this one? For me, I find it a little hard because a lot of people find it quite vanillic. I find it mainly floral. What do you think? Next is Lalique's Le Parfum. This is a very interesting, quite luxe smelling vanilla with a basil note in it. So it's kind of different. I'm liking it more and more, but it's super affordable. So if you want something that's a little bit more unique, this is a great option. Issey Miyake's L'Eau d'Issey Rose and Rose. Love this. Kind of an aquatic rose raspberry fragrance. It's one of my favorites, honestly. Wilhelm Parfumery's London Funk. This one, it does smell funky. It's got juniper in it. It's a little bit sour. It smells like a gin and tonic. It is a bit funky smelling. Like it's got a weird sour tone to it, but I kind of love it, especially in the summer. I find it really refreshing. I think it's more masculine leaning, but it's definitely a challenging fragrance for sure. Girl of Now Shine. This is probably my favorite from the Girl of Now line. You get the pistachio and the almond, but you get kind of a warm cooked pineapple. Love it. Chopard's Casimir. This one is actually similar to Ylang in Gold as well. So kind of a warm, sweet, vanillic, apricot-y type fragrance, quite smooth. This is it's got a ton of notes in it. Not very long lasting, but kind of a neat fragrance, affordable as well. Jean Paul Gaultier Classique Essence de Parfum. This is such a fantastic fragrance. It's been discontinued. It's orange blossom, ginger, aldehydes, kind of a sparkling ginger drink that turns into a ginger cake. Great fragrance. I'm lucky to have an old version of Alien. So this is one that came in the Terry Mugler box. So really enjoy this one. Yeah, old school Alien all the way, baby. I have Starlight Shimmer by Michael Kors. This is like a rose oud praline fragrance. So similar to like the Schweighoff ouds, the Lancôme Oud Bouquet, but this is definitely more designer. So it's a little bit sweeter. Great fragrance. My Greek Lover by Untamed Perfumes. This is one of the most beautiful orange blossom, sweet kind of citric fragrances that I have ever smelled. I love this fragrance. It's super smooth, very classy and elegant, but would work as a signature fragrance. So beautiful. And then I have a backup bottle of Angel Muse by Mugler, thanks to Val. Quatre by Boucheron. This is a beautiful kind of watery rose. Great for spring and summer, but it could be a signature scent, honestly. Trois L'Impératrice. This is kind of like a rhubarb watermelon fragrance. Very refreshing for summer. Rare Tiffany by Afnan. This is a yellow floral fragrance with a hit of caramel in there. It's actually really nice, but you gotta love yellow florals. Affordable. Lord of Misrule by Lush. It's primarily cardamom. It's spicy. It's quite nice, but you gotta love cardamom because there's a lot of cardamom in this one. Gigi by Navatim Parfums. This fragrance, I think you can only get it in Brazil. It's such a great fragrance. It's got a lot of amber in it, but there's some pomegranate in here. It's kind of a celebration of Brazil. So really, really cool fragrance. Excellent longevity. Very, very beautiful. Works great in the summer and the winter. Risque by Soradora. I love this fragrance. Like even smelling it now, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to wear this. So for me, this is summer fragrance. It's very refreshing. It has mint in it. It's definitely more masculine leading, but I love this because of the mint. It also has caramel in it. Yeah, just love it. Euphoria by Calvin Klein. Siberian Rose by Fragrance du Bois. Very sweet, yerba pure-esque type fragrance. Milano by Fragrance du Bois. This one's very sweet, but it also has a little bit of a cigarette vibe. I think there's leather in here. Very understated, elegant. Badi Al Oud Amethyst. This is your typical rose oud type fragrance, kind of sweet. It's a little metallic for me, so it's not my fave. Broceliande by Soradora, one of my favorite fragrances. It's like a lime cakey drink somehow, rum, caramel. Oh, it's just so good. Flora Botanica by Balenciaga. I am not a fan of Balenciaga anything, so their fashion, everything about them, it creeps me out except this fragrance. This fragrance is basically a masterpiece, discontinued masterpiece. It's like a green dewy rose, unbelievably gorgeous. Tresardi Donna Lemon Yuzu Happiness. This is such a great signature scent, but also beautiful for spring and summer. Like I'm so pumped to pull this one out. Plus the bottle, it looks like a Mickey, like, you know, those Mickeys that you put in your pocket and you pull it out and you drink out of it. Kind of looks like that, feels like that. I just love the feel. I always wanted to have one of those steel flasks as a kid. I just thought they felt so good. This one feels really great. Ornament by Afnan. This is really similar to Paco Rabanne's Olympia Intense. Very similar to it, but this is a little bit more fruity on the opening. Velvet Personal by Commodity. It smells a little bit like it's like rose, a little bit of Gaiac wood. This one I'm not sure about. It kind of gives me a headache. So I'm not a fan of the velvet in Commodity. I love milk and gold, all sorts of versions of that. But velvet, I struggle with a bit. Jasmine of Athens by Teodoro Calatini. This fragrance is so freaking gorgeous. Lots of tiare, so this one's perfect for spring and summer. La Nuit Trésor à la Folie. Oh, I need to pull this one out and wear it. I've been wearing La Nuit Trésor and I love it. But it's time to pull this one back out, especially as we're heading into spring. Camera by Lattafa. This is a sweet, boozy kind of date fragrance. I find it a little too sweet, but lots of people love this one. Amore by Cacharel. This was my signature fragrance for years. I'm not a fan of it anymore. Whenever I smell it on someone, I still love it, and I'm really glad I have a little bottle of it. Tonka Sesame by Experimental Parfum Club. I have not been a fan of this, but I just smelt it a little bit earlier and I'm like, I actually think I'm gonna like this for summer. It smells kind of relaxing. It's sweet. It's really kind of simple. You get some sesame in there, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of tonka. It feels somehow solar. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Guess's 1981 Indigo. This fragrance, fantastic, kind of clean, fresh fragrance, but with a little bit of something. So it's kind of a clean fragrance for people that don't like clean fragrance. It's fantastic and affordable. Explosive by EA Cosmetics. This is one my friend Janet gave me from Germany. It's kind of like a popular drugstore brand. Very actually gorgeous, old school Gothic rose fragrance. Little bit leathery. It's definitely like femme fatale. Coco Vanille by Mancera. Oh, I love it. I want summer to come now. Smells like kind of coconut, vanilla, little bit of peachiness or something on the top of it. Love it. Soki London's Aphrodite. This fragrance I got right as the summer was closing, so I haven't worn it at all. This is a very fresh, a light kind of coconut water fragrance, reminiscent of Coconut Fizz by Guerlain. So looking forward to wearing this one. It's also got a bit of a mango note. Can't wait for summer. This fragrance is called Biblos. It's just kind of a violety type fragrance. So kind of that Insolence feel, a little bit in this one. Next is a Michael Malul fragrance called Joie de Vie. This one is a barely there, fresh kind of grapefruit fragrance. I'm not a huge fan. I don't notice it for very long on the skin, but I just think that the bottle is so beautiful. Another fragrance from Matthew Melig. This is called Slava Ukraini, and this is a fragrance that's a fundraiser. So if you want to support the Ukrainian refugees, $50 from every bottle of this goes to the Canadian Ukrainian Foundation. I think that's what it's called. The details are on his website, which I'm linking because of that rose fragrance as well. This one is a beautiful linden blossom fragrance. And again, I love the thoughtfulness of Melig. So in this fragrance, he wanted to kind of pay homage to Kiev, and they have tons of linden blossom trees, so lime trees. So this has lime and linden blossom. It's kind of got, I think there might be a little bit of violets in here as well. It has that kind of feel. So very floral, perfect for spring. And I love the fact that he's doing something for the situation in Ukraine. 2 flavors by Perfume Parlor. This is supposed to be their inspired version of Spiritus Double Vanille. I have Yaratus. This is a mango-centric fragrance. Quite synthetic, but kind of fun. I've got to wear it more, kind of put it away for now because it's more spring and summer. Next is Elisab Le Parfum. This is the old school orange blossom honey cedar. It's very floral, but gorgeous. I have Fiction by Chez Pierre. This is straight up Tom Ford Lost Cherry, so it's an inspired version. Great version though. So this is awesome. Chez Pierre, I believe it's from Serbia. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Serbia. Next is Desire 2 by Dua. This is very similar to Cruz del Sur 2 by Xerjoff, or it's inspired by that. Very green mango. Next is a fragrance by Bozo. I love their packaging. I just think it's super classy. This one's called French Kiss. This opens with a beautiful verbena note. Very fresh, perfect for summer. I'm liking this more and more. At first, I wasn't quite sure about it, but the more I smell it, the more I'm absolutely in love. French Kiss is perfect for spring and summer, specifically summer. I think this will be amazing. I have a Pure Royale Federico Majora fragrance in 910. I have Night in Cannes and Tribal Vow by Okcha. I also have another one by Chez Pierre. This is called Wellspring. The one thing that I'll say about the Chez Pierre inspired versions is that they have the most amazing atomizers on them, like just fantastic. White Tea by Elizabeth Arden. This is a very like spa-like fragrance, not very long lasting. I have Nectar by Commodity. This to me is a straight up neroli type fragrance. I have Apple Juice by Zara. I have Alien Eau Sublime by Mugler. I just love this. It's kind of got a bit of a citrus on the top. Great alien for spring and summer. I have Zara Oriental Summer. Nux Prodigio. This is a great kind of solar fragrance for summer. Bronze Goddess by Perfume Parlor called Sulfur 0114. This is terrible. Don't ever get this one. I have Jill Sanders Sun. This is, again, just a great kind of sunscreeny type fragrance, as is Beach by Bobby Round. This one's got a little bit of floral in it. Eau de Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford. Such a gorgeous, elegant summer fragrance. Doesn't last very long, though. Chapter 1 by Jennifer Aniston. This smells very similar to Eau de Soleil Blanc, but is, I think, $12. It's like I do that, but $12. Like seriously. 2 fragrances from Zara. These are really quite old. Lily Pad. It's kind of an interesting gourmand. I kind of like it. And then Yellow Sun. Super happy, kind of peachy, fun sun fragrance. Love it. I've got Angel Muse EDT. This one has a passion fruit note on the top of it. Some people prefer this because they don't get as much of the patchouli in it. I really like this one. I like the original probably better. Comptoir Sud Pacifique Cocoa Figue. This is a metallic coconut fig fragrance. Really actually refreshing for summer. I have Green Tea Pear Blossom by Elizabeth Arden It's my least favorite out of the green tea ones. I have green tea nectarine blossom. Love this one. Smells like a nectarine kind of herbal tea. And then green tea pomegranate. This is a little bit brighter and zestier. Both of these I love. Angel Ice Star by Mugler. This is kind of like a watery pina colada. Really, I really enjoy this one. Girl of Now Forever. This one is a complete departure from the other two. This one's got a lot of raspberry and lemon, in particular lemon peel, I believe. And then kind of almost like a shortbread cookie in there as well. This one, I'm not a huge fan, but I don't hate it as much as I used to. Guerlain La Petite Robe Noire Hippie Chic. This is like the La Petite Robe Noire, but it's got a little kick of raspberry in it instead of cherry. Aqua Colonia number 4711, lemon and ginger. This is such a refreshing fragrance. So if it's super, super hot, put this on, but this one also smells great as a room spray. It's just lemon and ginger. It's beautiful. This is Chez Pierre Spring Flower. Actually, this is the one that's like Gucci Bloom. The other one that I was talking about, Wellspring, that's a Plum Japonaise dupe by Tom Ford. Versace Versense, it's just a clean green fragrance. Now, these are fragrances that I have in my collection that I don't recommend. First one is Sophia So Very. It smells dated. There's nothing exciting about it at all. I have La Rive Sweet Hope. This is honestly a great fragrance if you like hypnotic poison. I've got another Pure Royale Federico Majoro 906. 906 is supposed to be Tobacco Vanille. 900 is Tom Ford Lost Cherry. They're actually decent. They're not my favorite and they're hard to get your hands on. Just for reference sake, I keep this Aquilina Pink Sugar. I think it's horrible. It smells good, but to me it's headache inducing. So I think there's better fragrances out there, but lots of people love this one still. Fatale Intense by Agent Provocateur. This one was really hyped up by Demi Rawling back in the day, like a few years back, and I got it for like $15. It's not terrible, but not my favorite. Le Femme by Armand. It smells kind of like a caramel apple, but it's super synthetic and a little bit sharp, and I'm not a fan. Dolce & Gabbana's Pour Femme. It's not my favorite. La Rive in Flames. This is inspired by Paco Rabanne's Olympia. Very similar, and the La Rive fragrances are such a great price. Q by Hayley Kiyoko. I'm not really a fan of this one. It's kind of just a sweet nothing. I think there's pomegranate in it as well. Sarah Jessica Parker's Lovely. Just a nice kind of clean musky fragrance. Jovan's Musk. It's like so old school, but again, this is one that I keep for reference. Elizabeth and James Nirvana Rose. This is a beautiful, like such a gorgeous rose fragrance. It smells very, very niche. It smells like kind of a spicy rose, but no oud, a little bit of a wine vibe. Like it smells like red wine and roses. I love it, and I love this bottle. Again, feels like a liquor flask, and I don't know why, but I just love feeling those. I just think this is a sexy kind of bottle. Okay, I have a bunch of Dossier fragrances for you. The first one is Floral Jasmine. This is similar to Jasmine Rouge by Tom Ford. I have Powdery Orange Flower, which is their inspired version of Voce Viva. Powdery Peach, which is inspired by Jimmy Choo's I Want Chew. Woody Tobacco, which is inspired by Jazz Club. Ambery Vetiver, which is inspired by Baldafrique. I really enjoy this one. It just smells really clean and fresh. Fruity Oak Moss is inspired by Creta Ventus for her. Not crazy about that marigold note in here. Woody Peony is Ex Nihilo's, inspired by Ex Nihilo's Fleur Narcotique. This one I really enjoy. It's, I think, a great one for spring and summer. I have Aquatic Peony, which I'm really looking forward to for the summer. And this is like Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gioia. Eternal Oud by Lattafa, inspired by Grand Soir by MFK. Not sure I like this one. Niche Royal Vert by Maison Alhambra. This is gorgeous. Like it smells like there's a little bit of pear in here. I don't think there is. It has yellow florals. It's supposed to be similar to Vert Malachite. Love this one for spring especially. Badi Al Oud Honor and Glory by Lattafa. It's delicious to me. Like there's some creamy goodness, pineapple business going on in here. A little bit warm, a little bit spicy, a little bit creamy. This is a perfect transition fragrance, I think, between winter and spring. Lean by Lattafa. It definitely has mango green aspect to it. I actually really like this one. The more I smell it, the more I like it. There's some florals in here as well. I think it'll be perfect for spring and summer, but I need to spend more time with it. I wish I could say that this is the home stretch, but we still have quite a ways to go. Alien Essence Absolue, we all know about that one. The Chronic by Byron Parfums, kind of spicy, warm, just delicious. Mango Punch by Paris Corner. This is supposed to be like Wilhelm Parfumerie's mango skin. Smells like La Vie Belle mango version. Be in Love with Pistachio Gelato by Dua. One of the most scrumptious fragrances I've ever smelled. It's a very pistachio, gelato, creamy awesomeness with some Love is Love in there. Alienated Essence by Dua. That is inspired by Alien Essence Absolute. Burberry Goddess. Love this fragrance. It's a must-have vanilla, as is Devotion by Dolce & Gabbana. Love this. It's got some lemon in the opening. Orange Blossom, delicious. Prada La Femme, great fragrance. Classy, sophisticated tuberose. Identity Oud Crescent by Paris Moon. This is inspired by Frederic Mall's Moon. Rose Oud with some raspberry. Shiseido Zen, kind of a fresh tea-like pineapple. Baroque Satin Oud by Maison Alhambra. This is inspired by Oud Satin Mood by MFK. This is freaking gorgeous. Gila Luxe by Paris Corner. Fantastic fragrance inspired by Amber Invite Only. Again, super affordable and gorgeous. Shaghoff Oud by Swiss Arabian. Just fantastic. Instant Crush by Mancera. Smells like a hairy, sweaty man that's kind of sexy wearing Baccarat Rouge. Oh, I just busted the little bag. Yeah, I can't do this one. It smells a little bit like Baccarat with a lot of swarthy man. Roja Enigma Pour Femme. This is a classy, slightly like a white peach type fragrance. L'Interdit by Givenchy, tuberose pear, bubblegum tuberose. Caramel Oud by Teodoro Calatini. This, delicious. Caramel Oud, that's what you get. I am in love with this fragrance. Cherry Punk by Room 1015. Love this. It's one of the sexiest cherries you're ever going to smell. Mandorle by Soradora. I was talking not too long ago about the fact that this one, even though it doesn't have any almonds in the notes, it smells like almonds to me. Someone told me, actually several of you told me that Mandorle is actually almond in, I think, Italian. So... Gianni by Soradora smells like apple puff pastry. So good! Les de Biscuit by Chabot. Love this. Smells like cookies. Bond Number 9 New York Nights. Smells like banana bread. I Am Beautiful. Gorgeous light green cranberry fragrance. So beautiful. Very uplifting. Lyra. Smells like lemon pound cake. Pesho Yuzu by Kais. Smells like a peach pastry. Coffee Addict smells like coffee cake. L'Extase smells like rose caramel feminine raspberry. Awesome. Benjoin en Fleur. This smells like bubblegum. I love this fragrance. It smells like fresh, clean bubblegum. Musk Noir Rose for Her. Very similar to the L'Extase vibe. Super feminine, sensual, musk, rose, plum. This one has plum. It's so good. Sugar Leather by Une Nuit Nomade. Caramel burnt sugar deliciousness with a hint of leather, but somehow leather lace. Sumo Oriental, rich cacao, sexy, sensual, ambery, thick. It's good. Next is Elizabeth Avenue's Fifth Avenue Royale. This is a sexy kind of raspberry rose again. Similar to Noir Pour Femme, but really affordable if you can find it. Modeste 2 by Afnan. This smells similar to La Nuit Trésor. Not quite, but it has the same vibe. Lancome's Idole Nectar. Love this one. Smells like kind of a peony, popcorn, caramel, vanilla. Love it. Haute Couture, Eau de Parfum. This is raspberry cigarettes. Girl of Now by Elisab. Warm pistachio almonds. Sol de Janeiro pistachio and salted caramel. Velvet Santal 35 by Kayali. This is kind of a tea-like fragrance with sandalwood. Ansam Gold by Lattafa. This is inspired by Oriana by Parfums de Marly. Golden Rum and Amber by Dossier. This is my favorite Dossier fragrance, and it is an original. It smells similar to plum and cognac, so really niche. Love this fragrance. Twilight Shimmer by Michael Kors. This is kind of a plum oud fragrance. Yara by Lattafa. Smells like lotion. Tobacco Maniac by Teodoro Calatini. Oh, this smells like cigars. Like it smells so like a humid, like perfectly fresh cigar. Oh, I love it. Un Bois Vanille by Serge Luton. Actually, it would smell amazing with that Tobacco Maniac fragrance. Azzaro's Girl Wanted. This has Datura. There's Dulce de Leche. This is delicious. Santal Royale by Guerlain. This fragrance is an absolutely stunning rose, spice, sandalwood combo. Absolutio by Navitus. This smells like a spiced up Christmas version of Baccarat Rouge. I like this way better. Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli 64 by Kayali. It has creme brulee. There's booze in here, sugar. It's very spicy. Love it. Mevlana by Untamed. This is a very unique fragrance. It's got a lot of mastic. It's challenging, but I love it. There's some coffee in here. It's just an interesting fragrance. Really enjoy it. La Belle by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Beautiful, beautiful, juicy cooked pear with spices. Two of my favorites lately is Soleil d'Ivre by Experimental Perfume Club and Sable Gris. This one has some rose and raspberry, or rose and rhubarbs. There's a bit of tartness on this one. It's a little bit brighter. This is a great transition fragrance. I know they made it kind of to be a winter fragrance. So beautiful. I think it's a limited edition. Sable Gris. It's just the most understated, elegant, delicious fragrance I've ever smelled. This smells like generational wealth. Love it. Next is Cherry Rose or Cherry Rose Chocolate Patchouli by Melik Perfumes. This is a cherry fragrance that dries down to just a slight chocolate patchouli scent. The rose kind of stays present. There's a hint of cherry, but the cherry is a little bit brighter. Untamed Perfumes Blackbird. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all times. It's just the most beautiful rose, kind of jammy rose with spices and sandalwood. It's just stunning. And this fragrance is by Untamed Perfumes as well, and it's called Besmera. This fragrance was gifted to me by Sunyata, who created it for me kind of around the idea of the pirate queen. So that's what Besmera means. It says here, Besmera, the pirate queen. Interestingly, anytime I wear this fragrance, like I wore this not too long ago and hung out with a bunch of friends, and everyone, like as I gave them hugs as the night went on, everybody went, "Oh, you smell so good." And it was this fragrance that I was wearing. I have Commodity Milk and Milk Plus. Love them both. The Only One by Dolce & Gabbana. Wrong bottle, but the fragrance is beautiful, kind of an orange blossom coffee. Moira by Okcha, inspired by Herod by Parfums de Marly. La Vie est Belle by Lancôme. Tom Ford's Noir Pour Femme, one of my favorite fragrances forever. Black Perfecto by La Petite Robe Noire. Beautiful cherry rose tea fragrance with a little hint of leather. Les Chocolats by Chabot. This fragrance smells like milk chocolate, like you're getting straight up like milk chocolate, hot chocolate. Habibi by Bozo. This is one of my favorite fragrances right now. It's a green cherry fragrance, very refreshing and classy. Another one that's a huge favorite of mine is Barakat Gentle Gold by Maison Fragrance World. This is inspired by Gentle Fluidity Gold. Seriously, it's a stunning, stunning likeness, and I just think it's absolutely beautiful. If you like gentle fluidity gold, I'm pretty sure you'd like this. Kryptonite by Khalil T, a modern take on an aldehydic iris fragrance. Angelic Elixir, a Dua's inspired version of Angel Share. Intense Cafe by Montel, love this one. 2 by Kais, one is Zucchero Filato, this is cotton candy. We Plus is like supposed to be kind of like a s'more fragrance. Both of these are great. This fragrance, Zucchero Filato, is awesome as far as being able to kind of mix it up to kind of give your fragrance a bit of sweet cotton candy. Such a fun fragrance. Ylang Ylang Espresso. This is my Night of Bad Decisions fragrance. It smells like leather lipstick and the back of a Chevy. Not literally. Chergui by Serge Luton. It's just very warm and sensual and perfect for fall and winter. We are in the home stretch now. I have Velvet Vanilla by Mancera. Beautiful bubblegum tuberose fragrance that dries down to kind of a vanilla buttercream. Angel Muse by Mugler. Love this fragrance. Jasmine Wisp by Rasasi. This is a great bombastic kind of fruity party fragrance. Scandal by Night by Jean-Paul Gaultier. That is a cherry honey fragrance. Botafumero by Carner Barcelona. This is kind of a spicy, ambery, incensey fragrance. Really beautiful, kind of vanillic. Love this one. Invite Only Amber 23 by Kay Ali. La Nuit Trésor by Lancôme, one of my favorites of all time. La Petite Robe Noire Intense. This is a blueberry fragrance. I think it's my favorite from the line. Like, I just really enjoy it. I love blueberry though. Empress by Soki London. This is a fantastic strawberry peony fragrance. It's gorgeous. It's got toffee. It's just excellent. By the Fireplace by Maison Margiela. Mula Mula by Byron. Beautiful strawberry fragrance. L'Interdit Rouge by Givenchy. This is like a spicy ginger pimento deliciousness. JUS Spicy Delice. This is full on spice. So you get ginger, there's cardamom, there's I think all sorts of spices in here. I think there's nutmeg too. Very spicy, but it borderline could work in the summer too. A really interesting fragrance, leans masculine. Elisable Parfum Royal. This is rose, patchouli, and orange. Love this fragrance. It's my warrior queen fragrance. Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. This is a beautiful, sweet lavender floral, very feminine. Holly Rose by Room 1015. This is another gothic rose fragrance, a little bit old school, smells like a party chick in the 1960s. She was a fast machine, she kept the motor clean. 3 from Be Layered, 1 is Dolled Up. This is inspired by YSL's Supreme Bouquet. Beautiful kind of pear tuberose. Similar to a L'Interdit, Cherry Delight, inspired by Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. This is basically the top note. So this is the cherry of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, not the whole thing. And this is First Kiss, which is inspired by Delina by Parfums de Marly. This is a fabulous inspiration version. I really enjoy wearing this and I get compliments when I wear it. Rich Warm Addictive by Zara. This is seriously delicious honey tobacco. So good. Lolita Lempica's Sweet. This is like synthetic cherry powdered candy. La Rive's Fleur de Femme. This is an inspired version of Poison Girl. Love this fragrance. La Rive's Taste of Kiss. This is their inspired version of La Nuit Trésor. It's decent. It certainly isn't exact, but I really enjoy it. Sofia Vergara's Love. This is like a passion fruit orange blossom coffee fragrance. Kind of sexy date night, but still fruity. It's fun. Ariana Grande's Cloud. Decadence by Marc Jacobs. A green, plummy, somehow vanilla, even though there's no vanilla. Always Red Femme. This one and Always Red by Elizabeth Arden are similar to the C line as far as the way they smell, but way more affordable. Okcha Sweet Addict. This is like Love Don't Be Shy, or inspired by Oakcha's Secret Duchess, inspired by Killian Princess. Italian Cello, inspired by Lyra. Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel, one of my faves. And last but not least is Hugo Boss's The Scent Private Accord for Her. This is like a by Terry's chocolate orange. Easy on the orange, milky chocolate. It doesn't last long, but it's one of my favorites for bedtime. It just smells delicious. And that is it. That is my whole fragrance collection. What do you think? Do you think I have too many of one kind over another? I kind of want to have a nice mix. I really enjoy them all, although it's getting to the point where it's really hard to get through them all. Do I think you need this amount of fragrances? I think a normal collection is about 10 to 15 fragrances. I think for most people, that's a decent size collection. For some people, 1 fragrance is enough. For some people, 3, and for some, 300 to 1,000 is never going to be enough because they're total collectors. For me, I'm a fragrance lover. I don't know if I love collecting, but due to the YouTube, I definitely have more than I probably would normally. That said, there are so many other fragrances that I would love to add to my collection because they're amazing. But I think in order to do that, I'm going to have to start decluttering soon because I just can't get through all of these. But I love them. I love them. What about you? Are you in love with fragrance as much as me? Leave it in the comments. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week and we'll talk to you soon.